Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Necrophosis Full Consciousness on the Series X, developed by Dragonis Ares and published by P-Cube. So what is Necrophosis Full Consciousness? Necrophosis Full Consciousness is a first-person horror adventure plunging you into a nightmarish realm teeming with grotesque forms and ominous visuals. The premise is you play as consciousness, made physical as it makes its way through a dark, decaying world, billions of years after the universe met its demise. The games boast macabre poems and stories, unique landscapes and entities, encounter mechanics that solve larger puzzles, and the complete edition of the game with DLC included. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, the developers have provided a number of options such as camera point of view, toggle run, post-processing filters with 3 different visual options, crosshair sensitivity and subtitle background options. The game does allow button remapping and movement stick remapping. In relation to audio, however, these are basic, so should you have hearing issues, this may not be the game for you. Next up is gameplay. The style of H.R. Giger is becoming more and more experimented with the likes of Scorn being a true visual treat. In a similar vein, the developers of Necrophosis also seem to have tapped into the art style of Barinsky. I probably have butchered that. Both artists have produced disturbing images showing gloomy, nightmarish environments with detailed scenes of biomechanical death and decay. So, seeing a game based on these art styles, this definitely piqued my interest. So will this macabre game open your eyes to a new world, or disintegrate into the dust? Let's find out. Unlike Scorn, the game has a clear indication of what it is, with you solving puzzles and walking around disturbing arenas in a bid to move to the next. You awake in a husk of a body that is able to transfer its brain to other forms in said bid to progress. You are called consciousness, and whether you take it literally or spiritually will be something that will be explained as you move further into the world at large. From the beginning, you are spawned from a horrendous being into a skeletal form that in itself looks as if its fragile frame will decay at a moment's notice. A small puzzle allows you to progress into the outside arena, but this is where the true brutal torture and dread come alive. From here, the process to progress is simple but effective. Within a restricted area, you will see a variety of different spots to place objects represented by floating gold dust. To do this, you will need to be exploring the area in a bid to gather said objects, then stick them in the right spot to solve the puzzles. It's all about interacting with everything or manipulating certain items in ways you may not think of. Puzzles themselves are nothing too taxing, with often it being reduced to a brain that needs reconstructing or finding the bone crowns of a 3-headed entity. One area of issue I did have was with a particular puzzle within the second arena, where a living corpse is on its back, riddled with holes from which maggots crawl in patterns. The idea was to memorise the pattern, pull the maggots, which at the end passes a flesh item, which then goes to another being to be consumed. This in turn then produces a soul which is needed to go forth. The issue came when I tried to pick up said maggots. A bug had occurred where no cursor appeared. This has now been fixed, but stopped me effectively from getting this review out in a decent timescale. Thankfully, this seems to have been the only issue, with the rest of the game working flawlessly. In essence, this is a simple walking simulator game with some puzzle elements. That's all about the visual aesthetics and deep lore in which to truly entertain you. You are never attacked and you can die, but you will spawn in the area you died, with the biggest challenge working out where to go to find a particular item. The game does come bundled with a DLC in which you play as a subconsciousness. Much akin to the main game, the visual aesthetics takes precedent, but here the game focuses on a shorter, intense gameplay loop with only 2 arenas available. Here, the puzzle elements consist of passing items back and forth within these 2 short arenas. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with the game, with its variation of puzzles and stunning visuals. Once everything has been completed though, there really isn't much to go back to apart from reminding yourself of those stunning visuals. Next up is graphics. Here is where the game excels in all its gory, decaying and biomechanical death nature. The influences are clear and it is equal to or sometimes beats the likes of Scorn. Every new area holds fascinating, memorable imagery, from its large lake of blood surrounded by masked witches or huge doors built from the bodies of gods, to its dark tombs with characters bonded within its walls. This is only expanded upon with the items you pick up in their own grotesque looks. Eyeballs, dead and living twisted corpses, screaming bugs with human faces. Each element has been carefully crafted to excite and revolt in equal measure. Thankfully, the game provides a photo mode to explore these unique macabre lands, something I would recommend you use. Whilst the puzzles may get you to the next area, the visuals alone here will keep you exploring over what new decay aspects the designers' minds have created. Lighting is also equally superb, with its tone perfect to suit each realm you walk through, though I will say the floating gold dust shimmer can be a little off-putting. Visual tone changes also happen depending on the location, from possibly a bright dusky brown to a dark blue haze at a moment's notice. The UI is super clean and almost non-existent to ensure you really soak in the landscape and tension it brings around you. Overall frame rate and stability were smooth, with no pop-ins or tearing. Finally, its sound. The game has full voice acting that is probably for me the least impressive, but still highly intriguing in their shrieks or robotic tones. The writing for the characters is pure perfection, with them often speaking in riddles or poems. To add to the mystery, they can appear and disappear, demanding your help at a moment's notice. Their pain and torment is often found by reading their lore either on a tablet, carved into a tongue or spinal cord, which can only often deepen the mystery.
The curse of Necrophosis has petrified my bones into an endless mutation, rendering me...
The game focuses more on environmental sounds and music, with swathes of flesh tearing, bone crunching, blood squelching noises as its peak focus. From the removing of your brain to control other entities, to the stretching of muscle, each sound is placed to push you to explore or retract mode. Music, on the other hand, is reserved to set pieces, with beautiful orchestral music, laden piano scores acting as a background to the larger environmental sounds to give them more weight. Again, all this works well to ensure the experience is tailored to give you the most ick for your buck. My recommendation here would be a good quality soundbar, as the low deep tones of the game really come alive when you interact with the world around you. And this leads me to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Necrophosis Full Consciousness is a great purchase. The game is very short, but the intensity of its visuals is long lasting. You will complete this and may never play it again, but it will always be on your mind in some form. You'll be hard pressed to play something like this, and for that alone it deserves praise. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £16.99 or approximately $20, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 3 hours to complete most things. To get all the hidden lore and various achievements, this will probably set you back another couple of hours. This is an artistic game that sits comfortably alongside with its contemporary Scorn, each different but both impactful, that show off something new, vibrant, disturbing and engaging. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.